I said Jay Morrison is a 3-time felon high school dropout. Now, I know a lot of convicted felons. I grew up around them, family members and all of that. So I don't think just because you're a convicted felon or even a high school dropout that you trying to scam people. But I'm not about to give you my money either, right? You got to show me some proof of what you're doing. And basically everybody kind of went in blind and went ahead and went with it without knowing his background. Now that's everybody's fault. Can't blame nobody for that, right? Got into this fund, but the problem is it was promoted by people like Dr. Boyce Watkins, who supposedly is a PhD in finance.
Bro, keep making the beats, man.
Yo, what's happening? It's your man OG Bo Beats TV. Come here today, another special video. What's good? What's happening, YouTube? It's your man OG Bo Beats, and I'm back with another video for you today. So today I got something very interesting that I wanted to, just do a quick video about and give y'all my reaction to what's been going on in my world, on my algorithm, on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and all of that, in regards to, we're going to just say, black finance. All right, it's been a lot of things going on, and it's just a lot of stuff. I'm gonna just hit on a few topics that I think is important, and we're gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Just give you my reaction, my review, or whatever the case may be. Now, as you can see on the other side of half of my screen, you see I got this this YouTube page pulled up. Well, this is the YouTube page of a person that I found. And actually I had watched some of the videos like a while ago, and then they popped back up in my algorithm, and then it all made sense after I had kind of woken up to what had been kind of going on in these social media streets in regards to black finance. So the page that I'm talking about is this cat by the name of JT Pocket Watching with JT Thornton. So he is a certified financial advisor, if I'm saying that right. He always tell you that in his videos. He give out a lot of good information. He actually has a little free course on his Instagram page you can go through, and it kind of just talk about some stuff. It's basic, but it's good for the average person, because a lot of people don't know about a lot of this stuff. So I found it very helpful and useful. But I find his videos very entertaining. He does a lot of videos with this other YouTuber by the name of Eli. He has a page, Common Sense with Eli. I rock with both of them. They give a lot of good, advice and information, and they make a lot of sense out of a lot of the things that's been happening in these circles. I don't want to call it really black finance, but that's who I see. That's what I see on my algorithm. So basically, in a nutshell, what JT Pocket Watching with JT is doing is calling out people for making false accusations about finance tips and tactics and advice that they're giving to people. Because here's the thing, a lot of these people know that a lot of people in certain minority communities are financially illiterate, and everybody's looking for a come up and some money and things of that nature. And it's just not, let me just be clear, it's just not black. He does have videos talking about Grant Cardone's situations, Mark Zuckerberg, a lot of different situations. It's just not black. I'm talking about my algorithm when I say black. But nonetheless, let me get to the point. That's JT. Go subscribe to his page. Like, he got a lot of interesting videos. So he does a lot of videos. I've been watching his live streams lately, man, and it just, he really ask a lot of important questions that I think should probably be asking a lot of these live streams when we watching this information. I'm gonna just go down the list of some of the stuff he got. Like when I really started watching him recently, it was with Tony the Closer. Shout out to Tony the Closer. And they was doing a video about this guy named Big Business Greg Parker. I had seen him several times on Instagram talking about real estate or whatever. So they kind of, I want to say exposed, but they talked about him and some of his dealings and some of the people that had issues with some of his service. They talked about the same thing with DJ Envy and this guy, his real estate partner, business partner, Cesar Pena. They talked about him. It's a lot of interesting videos. He talked about EYL a lot, not just about EYL and Rashad and the other guy. It's about the people they was allowing on their platform and basically not vetting those people. And then when they did find out some of the people was talking scammy stuff or illegal stuff, not coming back and basically fixing that. So they have an issue with that. And I can't be mad at them about that. And then you got a couple other videos. These podcasts, they just holding people accountable is what I say. You know what I'm saying? They had the guy that was selling the PhDs on here. That was hilarious. They had an episode about, the black sovereign citizens and a lot of stuff. There was a lot of good stuff on here. My guy, Brother Polite, right, with the Hotep Hustle. That was a good video. But this one right here, when he's talked about Jay before, if I'm not mistaken, if you go back in his history, but recently, he been having a lot of good dialogue about this guy named Jay Morrison, who you may have or may not heard of, but he's on Instagram. He's got like 600 and something thousand followers on Instagram, and I don't quite know what he does. I guess it's financial literacy. But the big thing that he's known for is something called a Tulsa Real Estate Fund, which was really trending in big news, I think around 2018 or whatever the case may be. So he did a video about that, about, basically this guy Jay got a lot of support from the black community by using a lot of different tactics, basically to, the emotional state of, to me, the emotional state of a lot of people, not having nothing, not having anything, generational wealth. He used a lot of these tactics and got people to invest in this fund. And I think the masses, if I can speak for them, at least for myself, thought that they were going to get something in return. And this was going to be something. He basically promoted it as, you invest in this fund, I'm going to buy real estate, and we're going to all make money. And I know that sounds a little crazy even thinking about it, but I think that's what most people thought. And then he recently did a video about Boyce, because Boyce was one of the people who at the time had a name for himself that kind of promoted the Jay Morrison thing. He didn't kind of promote, he actually promoted it. Now, Boyce Watkins, if you don't know, he's a supposed PhD in finance. I want to say he went to Ohio State and he did some professor time at Syracuse. And to me, right, what both of these two have in common is something that I always talk about, who needs to be held accountable to, is the Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club, man, was a staple for years until they recently kind of fell apart with Angela Yee leaving. But they was a staple in bringing a lot of people on. They had Brother Polite on there. They had all type of people on there, these grifters, as we like to call them, right? People that get on there and they use their platform, the platform, to basically get something for themselves, whether it's lie, steal, cheat, whatever. And they're doing that more specifically to the black community, because we know that's who watches the Breakfast Club. So he got his claim of fame. That's why I saw Boyce at first, on the Breakfast Club. So I saw him on the Breakfast Club. He was talking good. It sounded good. This was back in 2000, whatever, 18, 19, 17, when, a lot of things was coming together. I wasn't together the way I am now back then. I can tell you that. I was still trying to, get a lot of information. And, so all of this stuff sounded good back then. That's where Jay Morrison comes in with this Tulsa Real Estate Fund. He was also on the Breakfast Club, and they let him promote that, and it sounded good. It looked great. He had the suit on. He's talking black empowerment and all of this other stuff. That's why we say the Hotep Hustle with Brother Polite, because they talk a lot of consciousness and woke stuff. And then they try to get you to invest at the end of all of the talk. They want you to invest some money. A lot of people have had issues with these situations. So, long story short, right? My reaction to this is, like I said, these videos is off the chain. JT, the Pocket Watcher with JT. Talking about Boyce, talking about Jay. Jay is a topic of discussion because he got supposedly upwards to $10 million, if not more, of majority of black people's money. A lot of us who didn't have it. I'm going to tell you this. It was a discussion in my household on whether or not we should invest $500 in this fund back in the day. Ultimately, I said no. Thank God I said no, right? Because it was so intriguing and it sounded so good and the hustle was so good. But nobody was really thinking about, wait a minute, let's check this guy's background. Who is he? Where did he come from? Because it sounded so good. Well, come to find out, and Jay Morrison tells you this too on his website and Instagram page and all that, he's a 3-time felon high school dropout. I said Jay Morrison is a 3-time felon high school dropout. Now, I know a lot of convicted felons. I grew up around them, family members and all of that. So I don't think just because you're a convicted felon or even a high school dropout that you're trying to scam people. But I'm not about to give you my money either, right? You got to show me some proof of what you're doing. And basically everybody kind of went in blind and went ahead and went with it without knowing his background. Now that's everybody's fault. Can't blame nobody for that, right? Got into this fund, but the problem is it was promoted by people like Dr. Boyce Watkins, who supposedly is a PhD in finance, right? It's a video going around where he's at this conference and he's saying that he asked Jay all the hard questions and he talked about it and he and everything checked out. That's what the doctor is saying, the doctor in finance. So, I mean, that's why he has to come forward to the congregation. All right, so since all of this went down, and now we talking about what, 5 years later, right? Apparently, the money is nowhere to be found, right? Jay was like, basically, he was every top position in this Tulsa real estate fund, and a lot of the money went to marketing. So basically, from what I can see, and I'm no auditor, he paid himself. He took y'all money and he paid himself. Boyce claimed that he invested in the fund, but I really beg to differ. Well, I take that back. If he did, I feel like he probably got his money back. That's just my personal opinion. Now, if you go on Boyce's Instagram page, he got 2 that's pretty active. He got his own personal page where he's talking about credit to cash flow. Credit to cash flow. That's all he's talking about. To me, on his Instagram page, he's talking about a whole bunch of nothing, right? He just doing a whole bunch of inspirational talk, putting up these pictures and quotes, talking about him, but he's not showing you anything. I came to the conclusion that Jay Morrison knows nothing about real estate or finance. You go to the Tulsa real estate page, because they have an Instagram page too, and it's dead. Even his page. You got 625,000 followers, and you do a video and you might get 20, 30 likes, but 20 of them will be spam. And then you'll catch plenty comments where people is asking, what's up with the Tulsa? Where's my money at? He has no answer, no response for nobody. He completely ignores it. So Boyce, Boyce, in the meantime, he also has a YouTube page, which I don't think it gets a lot of views and likes. And I'm not talking, but I'm not Boy. I haven't been on the Breakfast Club. He also, sorry, I got a call. He also is on Twitter, and that's why I keep in contact with Boyce at. And the thing about it is, this the thing with the internet and social media now, this clout chasing thing, once you get some celebrity, that usually happens, and people start thinking that they all of that. Boyce got the celebrity off the Breakfast Club. He was on there a few times, talking greasy, talking good, started up some, he got a class. Everybody's stuff I noticed financially is super basic. Like, what's credit? Like, what's taxes? It's like super basic stuff. So, his Twitter is based, he's trying to be like a media blog post. He talks about rappers, he talks about politics, he talks about black people, he talks about everything except for finances. What we want you to talk about, right? So he's basically trying to be a media mogul, I think, right? So His credibility is shot. You go on his page, a lot of people are coming at him on every post that he makes. He has his followers, true indeed, but a lot of people is coming at him. So it's just like, yo, it's birds of a feather flock together, man. And I just had to give y'all my reaction. I think it's crazy. I think this Jay Morrison dude is ridiculous. I think he needs to be held accountable. Dr. Boyce needs to be held accountable, but Jay needs to be held really accountable because he basically took y'all money, got his lifestyle together, and now he completely ignores y'all. He got the legacy building or center, and as you can see on this next video that JT is about to do tomorrow, it said the Black House Legacy Center sold, right? So I don't know what's going on. Did he even sell that? Like, all of the millions is gone. He paid himself. Now he's talking about being a preacher. If you don't know, go to Jay Morrison's page, and he recently supposedly got a calling to be a preacher. And I'm not knocking anybody's calling. That's not what I'm doing. But I feel like personally, he's trying to escape accountability for this fund, and he's going with y'all money. Right? That's what I feel like personally. Glad I didn't invest. If you invested and you watching this video, comment down below. Let me know what you think about it, man. But I just wanted to talk. I've already gone too long. I just wanted to talk and get this off my brain. This is my reaction, man. It's nothing major. I just think it's funny, man, with these two cats because, you know, they doing everything but being accountable. They got people's money. You know, this is a lesson learned. Unfortunately, it's a expensive lesson for some people. Don't invest in things you don't understand. I got that from Keenan Grace. Don't invest in things you don't understand, because when you lose your money, you're gonna be right back on the internet crying, right? So if you want to invest your money, index funds, ETFs, something like that, but don't ever give your money to somebody who you don't know their background dealing with money, right? Jay Morrison had recently filed for bankruptcy when he did the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. He supposedly got his real estate license revoked or something. Like, this was just all bad. All bad. But because he had the suit and he was talking about black empowerment and all of that, a lot of y'all fell for that. All right? It is what it is, man. I just wanted to get that off my chest because I can't deal with these type of people, man. Grifters is what they call them. So, you know, I don't know what's up with dude, but it's you know, it's hilarious, but it's not hilarious. But make sure y'all check out this upcoming live from JT, Pocket Watching with JT tomorrow. It's gonna be epic. He be having like 2,000-3,000 people watching his live, so it's really going down, and he gonna expose a lot of stuff. And it's real stuff. It ain't like no, you know, he not trying to clown nobody. He just being honest about the situation. But yeah, that's my reaction to it, man. I just wanted to give y'all that. It's your man, OG Bo Beats. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about this situation. If you, know anything about it, let me know how you feel about Jay. Maybe you rock with Jay and Boyce. That's cool if you do. But I just can't do it, man. I can't do it. Personally, my finances is good to go. My credit score is good. I don't need no cash to credit flow, all of that. I'm good. I got a good paying job. I'm doing my thing. I'm a homeowner. I don't need nothing, right? Just to take care of my family, do what I got to do. All right? I'm investing my money in proper things that give me returns. All right? So, holla at your boy, man. It's your man, OG Bo Beats, and I'm out. Peace.